So guys, we are in session 8 today, and we are talking about internet forms in general, but specifically we have a project which is Energy Telecom project, which we're going to work with for 2 sessions. The original purpose of that form was to collect information about communication needs and energy needs of a household. So the information goes to the broker, and that broker might create a custom quote, custom solution for that specific household. It is very similar to doing the same thing for insurance. You fill out a form, and it might be your car insurance, your home insurance, your life insurance. There are over 20 types of insurance, which household might be interested in. So we have just one form which takes care of different needs. So we have cell phone, we have long distance international, we have high-speed internet, TV, security, home security, digital phones, video phones, and then gas and electric. So 7 types of services. So all that form is doing, it is about collecting data. Most of the forms you've seen in your life probably are coming from e-commerce applications. So you go somewhere to buy a book, to buy a t-shirt, to buy a gift, whatever you buy online. And those forms are very specific because they are very exact about getting your email, your phone number, and specifically your credit card number and all the codes, home address, so they can actually ship you everything. So if you do not provide some information, they will suggest you to provide that information. If you violate the format, let's say a format for email, they will suggest that your email is of a wrong format, same with the zip code, and so on. So those forms, e-commerce applications forms, are targeting the collection of exact information about the transaction. So credit card and address, mailing address, shipping address, and so on. That form is a little bit different. So anytime you run into form, you ask yourself, what kind of form is that? And when you look at the requirements, it says, let me make it larger for you. Yeah. It is a form created for collecting data about contact information and telecommunication energy services needs of a person. So the information goes to the brokers as a sales lead. There is a term, sales lead. Okay, anytime you fill out a form on the web, it will be going to someone as a sales lead. Some companies will resell sales leads to multiple service providers. For example, if you request an insurance quote, it might be given to 5 insurance agents and brokers representing different companies. So they sell it. Now, that is a very important part which is specific to the application. It says the most valuable data is the contact information. Why it happens? Because when people specify their needs, they are not good at that. They cannot tell you exactly what they need. Most of the people cannot even tell you what they have. You ask them, how much do you spend? They don't know. So what is the coverage on your car insurance? This coverage or that coverage? They don't know. So what's important is to get in touch with the person and find out what exactly the needs are, in the direct contact. So the services information is somewhat important, but the broker will find further detail on needs and existing services from the prospect. So it is not paranoid. That form is not paranoid about how many lines of I don't know, phone lines you have in your household. It's not the case. The case is your name and phone number. Okay. Then a couple of other things. Since the application could be used by that service which is competing with other services, so there are certain things which are supposed to be consistent. So if there is another broker and that broker collects some information, you want your application to collect exact same information. So you might use other services as kind of requirements. Not exactly requirements, but you can say, well, look at that. Should we have that information? So you have to be consistent with other applications in terms of which data you collect. Then different states might have different details, and that form should be able to handle that. The collected data is saved in the database. It's interesting. Upon the form being submitted, the application generates an email, that sales lead, with all the information available in the form. Let me go to my email, guys. Here is my email. And I have special box for that account. You can see something on the left and something on the right. Those are the forms you just did today. Some of you did today and yesterday and day before yesterday. See? We've got lots of forms which you did when you practiced. So I can go and get all the information. Interesting, there was a form, there was a form which is empty, just totally empty. Interesting. So basically, if you find out how that form was submitted, because it's not supposed to be accepted when it's empty, totally empty. So it's a pretty good bug. We just have to make it reproducible. So Sergio Ramos. Okay. So that form which comes in the email, so that one should have all the information which you filled into the form. Okay. And then it says, because you studied, GUI guidelines, so it says should be compliant with basic GUI guidelines for web applications. Web applications, not mobile, not Windows, but web applications. And then we have specific requirements for not all the fields, but some fields in the contact info section. So now, what we do? We look at your bugs. And I will take one bug out of, let's say, I will take out of one person's report. So far, do we have any comments? Okay, not yet. Okay, good. Okay, number 7. PO, last name, special character. What the hell is PO? What is PO? It's everywhere. PO, first name, PO, 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 NG. A couple of those are NG. God knows what you mean, really. It makes no sense to me. First name, letters only. Okay, ID. Okay, title. Instruction. Okay. Well, first of all, that one is not good. That one is not good because you cannot come with accepted and pass. Because if you write test cases, I don't know why you write test cases here, but if you do write test cases, you don't know if what the actual result is and what the pass-fail stuff is. I mean, really. If you develop test cases, it's one story. But then we do not need test cases. We look for bug reports. I don't know why you did bug test cases here. Did anybody ask for test cases? Test Energy Telecom page. So it doesn't say anything about test cases. Okay, let's go to the next one. But that is not how you do test cases. Developing test cases has nothing to do with executing them. When you execute your test case, it could be fail or pass. I mean, each next time, you don't know what's going to be there. But when you develop the test case, so that part doesn't change. Now we've got bug reports. Why GUI? Okay. Let's take number 3. Current provider. No other option. Current provider, no other option. Okay, we have a list of providers. And that is for cell phone. But you know what? We have current provider for long distance, for example, with other options. So which one? Look, when we talk about bug report, if that is the case, okay. So we have that rule of 3 W's. So what happened? Where it happened? Under which circumstances? Normally in GUI testing, there are no circumstances. It's always like that. But okay, no other option in where? I mean, really, where? So let's say number 1. Let's say. So first of all, there is some place where it happened, and I think you are talking about cell phone service section. So cell phone service and then current provider. So cell phone section. Then current provider is the name. So we type that in double quotes to emphasize it's not just some words, it is exactly the name. So current provider list box is missing other list item. It's not an option. So if you have a list, okay, so then you have a list item, or just item. Okay, let's say item. I wouldn't say an option. So cell phone section, current provider list box is missing other item. Good. Okay, so now at least we know where it is, because current provider, we have one in cell phone, one in local distance, one in high speed internet, one in TV. It's pretty much everywhere. We have like in 6 fields in 6 sections out of 7, we have current provider. So you remember we mentioned that difference between tester who writes more bugs and tester who has more bugs fixed. So who is the better tester? The one who has more things fixed. If you want your bugs fixed, you have to be following the rule of 3 W's. Because why should I spend 10 minutes to fix the bug instead of 1 minute? So I have to figure out what you meant. It's not the way to do a bug report. Okay. Positive. Oh God. Well, it's your responsibility to write things in the way people understand what you mean, really. What's the difference between list box and drop down list? Same thing, but if it is just list box, it might be of fixed size, and it is always there. For example, if we go to Notepad and I will say form font, okay? Here we have 3 list boxes, 1, 2, and 3, and they have fixed size. But that one, when I click on it, that one is dropped down. So doesn't take any space if I don't need it. So those do have fixed size. That is the difference. Okay. Tatiana, no. We go to the bugs. Ludmila. Web app, energy telecom, service, bugs reports. Okay, so some technical environment. Okay. Zip code does not accept non-digits in Safari browser. Okay, copy. Okay, number 2. Yeah? Number 2. So first of all, let me try what we are talking about. So where is the application? Zip code. It accepts letters. In my case, it accepts digits. Wait a second. What does it say there? It says does not accept non-digits. But zip code should not accept non-digits. It shouldn't. So zip code should accept digits only. in the requirements here, zip code is a text field. It accepts 5 characters which are digits only. So zip code is supposed to accept digits only, so you cannot complain that it rejects non-digits. Does accept. I'm sorry. Does accept non-digits. Okay, does accept non-digits. But I have I believe Chrome browser here. Yeah, I have Chrome browser and it does accept non-digits. I have also Edge browser, and it does not accept non-digits. Wow, interesting. So it does not accept non-digits. Okay, so if you really write that bug report, so why don't you just try a couple of browsers? Honestly. But okay, let's say zip code does not accept. Does accept zip code field accepts non-digits. Honestly, when you say Safari browser, you would rather say what is the version, I mean, provide more information, but your report is incomplete. If you want to write something about browser specific thing, give me all the browsers. Why are you giving me just one browser? I mean, there is no dramatic problem here, but I would say it's not complete. As a developer, look, I am fixing the bug. I'm fixing that bug, and I would rather know all the browsers where it works that way, so I can develop such a fix which will be understood properly by all the browsers. The possibility here is I will fix it, so now Safari browser will reject non-digits, but other browsers, let's say Chrome, will still accept non-digits. So the bug report should be as complete as possible. We have rules of bug reporting, and one of the rules says bug report should be as complete as possible. That is my suggestion about the number 2. Okay, let's go to number 3. Okay, we have Ludmila. And then Ludmila does something which has nothing to do with what we are doing here. So, test cases for zip code, login password, search, really not related to Energy Telecom. Velvero, let's take something. Usability. Wow. Let's see what we've got in usability. Remove other from the list of states. Guys, let me ask you. It's interesting. So, list of states, we do have other. Okay. In the list of states. Do you think it is graphic user interface problem or it is a usability problem? Or both? Question to you. Other in list of states. And it comes with all the states. It's not like we have more than 50 states in the United States. So, is it usability or is it GUI? We have different opinions. Okay. GUI, guys, is a part of usability. The very reason for establishing GUI guidelines is to provide better usability. So GUI is a subset of usability, but still, is it GUI? Is it related to graphic user interface? The way the application looks? Or maybe it's a functionality problem. Imagine if I select that other. What if I select other? Is it going to impact the functionality? If you need to test usability, you can test different state. Guys, the question, does it impact functionality? Yeah, GUI is not a part of functionality, no. GUI is not a part of functionality. Sometimes, as a result of GUI issues, it might impact the functionality, which is true. But still, functionality is different. You can find a state by zip code. So what? You can find a state, so what? Is it a problem? If someone selects other and then submits the button which says submit, do we have functionality problem now? Other does not affect functionality. Other does not. If someone is clicking on other, so then the form might be rejected or the database will be, trashed with some weird information which is not valid. So it allows user to enter an invalid information type. It must be 50 state. It is required. Required? Let's see. Zip state. List box offering the list of all 50 states. Offering the list of all 50 states. It doesn't say anything about extras, by the way. Doesn't say about extras. We have territories and we do not have other. Okay. Now, guys, let me ask you a question. There is a bug. There is a bug. And you look at that bug, you are able to view that bug from different perspectives. So on one way you can say it is a GUI thing. Another one you say it is a usability thing. So it's not convenient. Another one, you say, well, but if people click on it and then they push the submit button, so there's going to be an error message or something like that, so which impacts functionality really, usability, then functionality. Now, if you can write that bug report with 3 options, you can say it's a GUI problem, you can say it is usability problem, you can say it's a functionality problem, and all 3 are valid bug reports. It is a GUI problem, it is a usability problem, it is a functionality problem. You can look at that under different angles. Which angle would you use? You have to choose under which angle to report that problem. GUI, usability, functionality. Which one would you use? Usability. So no, not many people are participating. So if you have a choice of submitting exact same bug as GUI, usability, functionality, which one would you choose? Now, all 3 is not an option. Now I will rephrase the question. Just for you guys. How would you report that bug if you want it fixed? Because some bugs are never fixed, you know. They just don't have enough time, you know, to fix all the bugs. If you want the bug fixed, it's not about you being a good tester, it's about bug being fixed. And you can legitimately report under 1 or 2, or second one or third one. How would you, what do you think is more important to the company? So they really go and fix it. Functionality. Okay, now everybody says functionality. Guys, why in the world people report bugs? I mean, don't we report bugs to have them fixed? If you don't want it fixed, why would you report it at all? So if you have choices, you report it as something which deserves more attention. That is how you sell your bug reports. Okay, good. Let me ask you a question. There was an interview here in the school a couple of days ago, and then manager asked a couple of people what they gonna do if developer comes to them and says, I cannot reproduce your bug. So developer comes to you and developer says, you wrote a bug report, I just cannot reproduce it. What would you do? Okay, good. So you show that bug, you show developer how to reproduce the bug. Normally, so and that manager was kind of upset with how students answered, but see what happens. Developer never comes and asks you, I cannot reproduce your bug. If developer cannot reproduce the bug, he will check some place. There is some place on the bug reporting form where developer says probably status and say cannot reproduce. Developer doesn't have to come to you to do that. So if developer really comes to you, developer says, hey, show me how you did it. So there is no question at all. Developer says, show me. Number one. Number two, in most of the companies, it is very unusual that a developer will tell you it's not reproducible because there is some process, and developers normally do not come to testers with things like that. Okay. Okay. Good. So let's go back to the bug reports you have. So I would say you can easily say it is a functionality bug because there is an opportunity that possibility that someone selects other, and then it will result in error message or something like that. I don't know. So let's go to the next one. So first name field accepts no more than 30 characters instead of 31. Okay, copy. So let's see. Number 3. First name field. First name field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do percentage point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do pound sign. And that's it. So it accepts 30 characters, but we have requirements. And in the requirements it says first name accepts no more than 31. So it does accept 31, it does not accept 32. So what is the problem then? The problem is first name field accepts 30 characters instead of 31. That no more stuff makes no sense. It accepts 30 characters instead of 31. Or let's say up to, you can say up to. Okay. 30 characters instead of 31. That is a bug report. Good. Very good. Let's go to the next one. Months left on current contract field not available for select 11 and 12 months. Okay, let's see what's in there. So number 4, months left on current contract. Let's try copy, go to the form. Where is the form? Control F. Months left. No? Hell. So no label like that. Okay, left. Okay. So when you provide control name, so it's good on it's good to provide an exact string. So months left on current contract, and here it says months left on current. What's wrong then? Month left on current. Not available for selecting 11 and 12 months. Yeah. Months left on current. It's interesting. What was wrong here? Months. Okay, month is fine. I'm just trying to figure out why it didn't find that. Month, no. No, okay. Current, so something is wrong with the word contract. Contract. Interesting. So that one is different from what I copied on that form. Oh, okay, R is missing. Contract, okay. So months left on current contract field, but where is that field? It is cell phone service. Okay. Cell phone service. Cell phone service. Comma. Months left on contract field. Okay, 11. and 12 months. Oh, not actually, it's not field. It's select list. It is a list box. Okay, it's not a field. It's a list box. List box. 12 months. Months left on current contract. List box. 11 and 12 months items. Are not available. Okay. Good. So what happened? Where it happened? You remember? That is the logic. Where? Cell phone service. Months left on current contract list box. What happened? What? 11 and 12 months items are not available. Okay. Very good. Go. Keep going. Zip field accepts any symbols provided by paste command. Okay, let's try to discuss that. Zip field accepts any symbols. So first of all, we do not use the word symbols, we use the word characters here. But the requirement is, okay, bug report points to the bug. Bug is the mismatch between expected and actual, between requirement and what happened. So that bug report does not point to the mismatch between anything. I don't know where the mismatch is. So field accepts any symbol provided by paste command. But it's not about paste. Listen. I don't know if I can type it there. So is it just about paste or is it about typing as well? But what does it mean any symbols? Okay. So when we said accepts, look at that, we said accepts non-digits. Accepts non-digits is a violation of digits only requirement. Digits only requirement. And in that specific bug report, we didn't mention if it is paste or type. Okay, so if I go to, for example, zip code field. Okay, let's go to zip code field in the Chrome browser. So let me type here, I don't know, something like that, and just strings. Okay, so let's take special characters. Copy. Can I type it here? No, I cannot type it. Can I paste it? Yes, I can paste it. Good. Letters. I can type letters. So I don't even care if I can paste them, but definitely I can paste them if I can type them. So special characters are different. Special characters cannot be typed, but can be pasted. So I can paste them. So then I would write meaningful report. I can say zip code field accepts special not accepts field allows user to paste special characters. Yes, so that one has meaning. It means if I type, so I'm not saying anything about typing them, but since I'm not saying anything, so it means typing works fine. But if I specifically talk about pasting them, so I'm saying, okay, I can paste them. I'm not complaining about typing. I'm complaining specifically about pasting, and I made sure I cannot type, but I can paste. And I would definitely try different browsers to see how it works, because if I try it here, for example, I cannot type characters here. Look, I cannot type. Wait a second. It is not the one I. No. Energy Telecom. Wait a second. There is another URL here, like that. Copy. Just a second. Copy. It's a different one. No. Okay. So then, can I type? Yes, I can type. Can I type special characters? No, I cannot type special characters. And can I paste special characters? Copy. Yes, I can paste special characters. So Edge browser and Chrome browsers are behaving in the exact same way. So the type of browser is another issue to consider here, but that is something which does make sense. If you say it takes everything, okay, but where is exactly the mismatch between actual and expected? Where is the mismatch? So then someone should be able to remember, to figure out or something. Tell me. So field allows user to paste special characters. If you have a doubt the developer understands you well, you can say here characters instead of accepting digits only. In some situations you will clarify, because you understand developer might not remember. Zip code is kind of very obvious. Everybody knows zip code is just about digits, at least in US. In Canada it takes both, but here it's just about digits. Okay, keep going. Logical tab order is invalid. It goes from first name to referred by. Okay, let's say a couple of words in that. So tab order doesn't have to be logical. Tab order does not have to be logical. It might be just left to right, top to bottom, or logical. Either left to right, top to bottom, or logical. So when you are saying logical is invalid, well, I don't know. And why do you talk about the entire tab order? Really, you talk about just one field not being, to be fixed. So you are saying from first name it goes to referred by. Yeah, from first name, when I say tab, it goes to referred by instead of going to last name. One more time, tab, yeah, and then last name. So there is a violation of tab order. Violation of tab order. Should it be logical? I don't know. First name, last name. I would say first name to last name is both. It is logical, and it is kind of topological. It's left. It is still left to right. So it should go from first name to last name by both criteria. Both criteria are providing exact same behavior here. So we don't have to talk about logical. You say tab order. Okay, that is where it happens. Tab order. Don't say is invalid. When you say it's invalid, I don't know what you mean. Don't tell me something, so I don't know what you mean. You say tab order. Okay. input focus moves from first name field moves to referred by instead of last name. Instead of last name. So what is the mismatch? Mismatch is it goes to one place instead of another place. And by the way, it has uppercase N and uppercase N here. So, okay. Tab order. So that is what kind of issue. So input focus moves, or you can say whatever moves. Okay, moves from first name to referred by first name field. Okay, field to referred by instead of last name field. Text field, whatever. So let me get your feedback. Save notepad for us as an example. Okay, I can send it to you. Copy. We'll send it to the group. Paste, and then we can send it to the extra. Paste. Now, yes. Guys, so far, is it clear what kind of cleaning up I'm doing? All I'm doing, I'm rephrasing a little bit, cleaning up a little bit. I'm not doing anything dramatic. Did you notice that? Nothing dramatic. I'm just trying to give you the sense of a good bug report. Kind of clean, nice and clean, okay? Because you are pointing to the good bugs. Guys, you are pointing. So we are not discussing very much that the bug is not a bug. The bug is a bug. But we just want to make it clean so a developer looks at that and say, yes, let's fix it. Okay. And next time they see your bug, they go first to your bug rather than somebody else's bug, because they know you do it nice and clean. And if they spend an hour fixing bugs, they're going to fix 10 bugs you write rather than 3 bugs someone else writes. We can something. Oh, absolutely you can something. As long as, guys, as long as you have common sense, you already can do something. Absolutely, I can tell you, as many students as we have, and we have thousands working people, I can tell you it is pretty much impossible to see our graduate losing a job as a result of not being able to do the job. I mean, not really. It happens, but it happens normally because of behavioral issues rather than not being able to do something. When they hire you, they expect you to be up to the job within a couple of weeks. And couple of weeks is more than enough, you know, for you to start doing adequately what they expect you to do. Our last success story, which just happened, we had a girl in her 35, 36, and she worked as a waitress. I mean, she's smart, but she worked as a waitress. She couldn't go even for internship. She couldn't go for internship because she's supporting herself. And she decided, God knows why she decided, to be in test automation, guys. I mean, no explanation. But she did the course, then she did, we have an advanced course in test automation, REST API with Python. So she did that course, but it was so complicated, she really didn't succeed. So she took a private tutor who was going through that course with her, and she just got a job. Last week she got a job, 120K. First job, 120K. I'm not saying it's very common. I'm not saying that is something you have to target. Not really. I'm just telling you, but that if you really set the goal and you are kind of, yeah, dedication, yeah, commitment, dedication, and persistence. Persistence. Oh, test automation is paying much better. Absolutely. But what happened there, the funny part was a week before she stopped by and she said, they're going to kick me out because I don't know anything. I mean, I really do not feel like I'm up to the job, and anytime there is an assignment and drives me crazy and blah, blah, blah. And she complained. First, it was a contract through an agency. I'm sorry. So first it was a $35 contract through an agency, and she worked for 3 months. And then they for 3 months she was complaining she is not going to do the job, not able to do the job, and they're going to kick her out for 3 months. And then they converted her to permanent. And that is a company which everybody knows. I mean, that is one of the best known companies. And she got 120. What? So you are capable, guys. You are absolutely capable. You were capable before you came to the class, obviously. So so my job is to polish you. You know, it's like I don't have an apple. I have sage. Okay, imagine that sage is an apple. So if I take that apple, it's an apple already. But what I can do, I can and put it. You know. So now it's I polished that apple, so now it looks better. Then it costs more. What about testing the buy button? Okay, let's go to the buy button. Where is it? Here. Yes. So guys, what did you do with that? What did you do? We will continue with Energy Telecom Monday next week. Push button. When button buy pressed by single left click, user will be redirected to the page show your plan. Buy button shouldn't be default button. Buy button will be red color. Well, guys, let me tell you, it is not about buy button. The question is, how would you test that thing? How would you test that? Then it says push the buy button, but it might not bring you to the right page. So to get to the right page, you push the buy button. But how would you test that? How would you test that? So you push the buy button and you are pretty much where you should be. How would you test that? And you have three, how to say, variables here. So one variable is the application or home phone. So select product. You have two products, application or home phone. So when you select one, okay, so that is one variable. Next variable is, after you made the first choice, then you go to the second variable and you have four options: monthly, 3 months, 6 months, annual contract. So, and then third option is what kind of plan. So pay as you go, North America, World Unlimited, or Latin America. So technically, you have 2 multiplied by 4, 8, multiplied by 4, 32 things to test. Because each piece here is to be tested. And they are slightly different. Slightly different. So what's different? So probably that link goes to another place. Let me see. Okay, it goes to one place. So that link goes to, I'm not sure, is it the same one or is it not the same one? I don't know. But so you have to make sure those links go to where they should go. The information part, that part, brings you to a certain page. So you have test cases for each and every module. So if you look at the module, you have test case 1, pay as you go, the plan. Test case 2, information. Test case 3, the value of the monthly cost. Then you have something here. It might be a link, it might be a text. So here it's a text. Here it's a link and text. So you have two test cases here, because you have one test case for verbiage and one test case for the link. Here you have just one test case for the text. Then you have another text, and then you have a button here which comes with a link, so it brings you somewhere. So how many? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 test cases per module, and you have 32 modules. 2 multiplied by 4, 8 multiplied by 4, 32. Besides that, you have certain things on the page itself, which is not the module. So, for example, check rates, compare details. So that one, I'm not sure, is it 1 or 2? Yeah, it's 2. We've got 2 links. We have the text. Actually, we have 1 star text and we have 2 star text. So each one is a link. You should not test the footer, because footer is a part of the design. It has nothing to do with the page. You can test footer one time, and then it works for each and every page because it is exact same footer. So you don't have to test footer when you test the page. So that is the idea. Is it clear what I just said? So I was trying to explain the overall kind of approach. Buy button has no function. No. Buy button means you push it to get to the interface to be tested. Why I wanted you to look at that stuff? Because it comes from real life interview. Same as Tolia page, the GUI, test. It comes from real life interview. People, companies offer that, so you go there and you see it. And you have a couple of minutes. You do not have half an hour. Just they say, look at the page. How would you test that? You say that page has 32 groups of test cases. Each group has 7, sometimes 6, maybe more. We have to look at them individually. But each and every group, so you copy paste. You copy paste 32 things and just organize them into groups. So that is what it is. Okay. How do we test text? Well, you have actual text and you have expected text. that part is very simple. Spelling, yeah, not just spelling, guys. Well, first of all, spelling is important, but besides spelling, it might be, okay, let's go there. Besides spelling, it might be for example, look at that, unlimited calling and other services, blah blah blah, and it comes with with the asterisk here. So select subscription comes with 2 asterisks, so I know, okay, that 2 asterisk piece belongs to that select subscription, relates to that. But that 1 asterisk, where is it? I look at the page, I do not even see 1 asterisk, and I'm questioning. Oh, unlimited. Okay, unlimited calling. So you make sure if there is an asterisk, 1 asterisk, so there should be an explanation for 1 asterisk. Then let's say it might not have a dot at the end. So it does have here, but it might not have. Let's say Puerto Rico included might not be bolded. 3 are bolded and 1 is not bolded. Is it possible? Yeah, things happen. Yeah, it could be uppercase, lowercase characters. For example, look at that. Low cost per minute rates ends up with a dot. US and Canada ends up with a dot. Latin America ends up with a dot. Unlimited calling per month does not have a dot. It doesn't have it. Things like that. Yeah. Select product. So it has to be consistent. For example, I will ask you, why in the world we have 4 options here with only first letter being an uppercase letter? Annual has just A uppercase, months has just M uppercase. Why we have application all uppercase, and then we have home phone all uppercase? I mean, why? What's the reason? Are we interested in consistency here, or what? So I mean, at least you might ask that question. They might have a reason for that. Oh, we have help system here. Okay. So we have to test the help system. As long as we have the question mark, we have to make sure it provides valid information here, which might be obsolete actually. So lots of things. As long as you have common sense, guys, you are not zombies, just reasonable humans. You will find a lot. And let me ask you. Tell me if you are doing the U-test. Anybody is who does U-test projects? Say, I do. Text is associated with GUI, yes. So some people are doing, some people are trying, some people are doing sandbox, waiting. So when you do those U-test projects, guys, that is pretty much what we do with that push button, interface, because they give you a little project, I mean a little bit, and you do it for a couple of hours, but at least you find, God knows, 5, 6, 10 bugs, and then you say, well, I can do it, and especially if they give you 50 bucks, or even 20 bucks, you say, wait a second, I just talked to one girl who was making 4,000 a month on U-test before she got permanent position. I've never seen anybody like that in my life. She was making 4,000 bucks. I've seen a couple of people doing 2,000, but 4,000. Okay, so we have some people doing it, guys. If you do that, here's my suggestion to you. Guys, whoever is interested in doing U-test, ask the people who are doing it, so they share experience in how they get to getting the project. And also one thing, Christina created another group, which is right here. It says online chat. Another group for you, and the meaning of that group is, we are trying to keep the older group where we are right now, to keep it kind of limited to the sessions itself. So unless there is a session, so that group is not making noises, creating disruptions, to people who are really busy. So we are not socializing in the group where we are right now. But then Christina created that online chat group where we do not send any links. Okay, the links should be coming in the group where we are right now. Do not copy paste anything there, because we have to talk to Christina, but it looks like that group is not limited to our students. We have guests there. We have I don't know. I mean, really, it is not supposed to be open to strangers. So no passwords, no logins, no links to our webinars, please. So that is a chat, and we will work on making it more secure. Okay. So guys, I think we are done for today. Jana put a password. Can we add or create a new product item in Element Tool? Element Tool. You have no access to administrative account, so I don't think. If you really need an administrative work, you ask me, so I can do it. What about resumes? So you send your resumes to Christina. Christina sends them to me after she does her part. Actually, we already have one resume in your group, maybe two. If you already did, send it to Christina. So then you talk to Christina, and so I'm trying to do what she sends me within a day. Sometimes it takes longer. So sometimes the resume is somewhere, and so unless you remind about it, so it might be kind of in between. So it's a good idea to remind, especially if you are interested. We want you to go to the market, obviously. We want it. Okay, guys. So it's time to do the resume. It's time to go to the market. So you are pretty much ready to start, and you almost finished the first project with Jana, and so actually you're going to finish that project on Thursday, and 2 more projects are going to be in your class. 2 more projects. One is relatively short, and another one is very solid. Okay, so I think we are done with messages. So guys, it was my pleasure to entertain you today, and let me make the video and post it. Thank you very much.